What's going on YouTube? This is Brian, and I'm back with another video. I keep saying, sorry I'm not posting as many videos as I would like to. Just time gets in the way, life. However, I do have some content that I do have to bring to you guys. So, with that being said, let me just tell you my personal experience on this last adventure that I took actually with one of my best friends. We just finished coming back from Europe. We landed first in England, which we stayed for 3 days. Now, England is so beautiful. If there's one thing I could probably suggest is for everyone to take a trip over there and just enjoy the scenery. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful country, especially London. London was very, very fun. Although we were there for 3 short days, we made the best of it. And we had a pretty interesting adventure, actually, on our way to London. So we stayed out in the countryside, like the outskirts of London, in like this little cottage, and it was actually very beautiful. However, there weren't a lot of taxi services or Ubers where we were staying at. It was just very difficult to get a hold of a taxi while we were there. So, I mean, the train station wasn't too far, at least that's what we thought. However, we had to take a 3-mile hike to the nearest train station. It took about maybe an hour or 15 hour and a half just to get to the train station. So once we got to the train station, we went to the Victoria train station, which is in London, England. From London, we just walked all over. We saw Buckingham Palace. We saw I forgot the name of that bridge, but it's just such a beautiful, beautiful bridge. I think it was called. I gotta get the name for you. We saw everything that you could possibly think of because we got on the hop-off, hop-on bus, or hop-on, hop-off bus. So it took us to all the prime points. And we were able to see, I would say, maybe a good... We really just went to one side of London. London's just huge. So we saw 50% of London. It was good enough for the time that we were there. We took awesome photos. And it was just, it was a fun time. So now, we're coming back from, the train station, and it's already like midnight. And we took, obviously, like the last train, which actually, it's not midnight. I think it's 12:30, close to 1 o'clock in the morning, their time. And it is dark. Everything closes by like 10. However, we had no luck getting a taxi, like I said, or an Uber, because it's not... Those are the outskirts. It's like the countryside. So we had to walk that 3-mile walk once again. This time in just pure pitch black, like just darkness. So my friend and I were just walking, and let me tell you, I mean, it was fun and it was scary at the same time. So I will be putting my my Instagram down on the bottom in the description. And you guys get to see pretty much the videos that we took while we were actually doing that walk. And after London, we actually flew out to Amsterdam. Now, Amsterdam is a whole separate beast. It's very, very free, pretty much to do what you want, everyone, I mean, you get off the plane and it's just very welcoming. It's different. I mean, you buy a can of beer right out of the vending machine. We were able to catch an Uber the last day of England. We were actually able to catch a cab. Over in Amsterdam, we were able to catch an Uber. And it took us to our place, and it was like this huge like ship or boat that we stayed in the Airbnb. It was beautiful, and we had to hike it from there to the train station because it wasn't that far. It was probably maybe a quarter of a mile away from where we were, the train station. And then that train station took us to like the main center, or central Amsterdam is what they call it. Really cool. And the minute you get into the central station, the smell of like weed is just, marijuana is in the air, and every single pub, coffee shop, you name it, people were smoking it. I mean, they were just there having fun. Now, it's unfortunate. I personally could not partake in it. I haven't done marijuana since I was 21. So I just, a part of me wanted to, but I was like, gotta hold off on that for a little bit, personal reasons. So my friend and I, we were just curious. I mean, we just kept walking. We're like, let's just go to red light district. And let me tell you, I mean, coming from somewhere where it's prostitution is illegal, I mean, they look at this. I mean, the red light district was just packed. It was like a party, right there in that small section. And I mean, people were just out having fun. You could drink, smoke, and just, I mean, these girls that are just there standing in front of this glass waiting for somebody to just come in and pay them to have sex with them. It's just, it felt very surreal to me, just because it's not something you see here in the States. So, I mean, but it was interesting. I mean, you get to walk and see. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful women there. A lot of beautiful women. And God forbid you're caught filming. They start cursing you out, and it's just, it's bad. They have like a sign saying you're not supposed to take pictures or videography, and respect the workers and this and that. So we stopped at a few pubs or whatever, and we had a beer or two, and we just went there mainly for the attractions. We got to see we went to this museum called the Mocha Museum, and it had a lot of Banksy artwork, and it was actually pretty cool. The I Amsterdam sign, which is in central Amsterdam, as well as the airport. We went to go see both signs as well. That park is humongous. The park where the Mocha Museum is. So a lot of beautiful artwork, cool people. We got to see pretty much all of central Amsterdam, and we were there for, I believe it was like 2 or 3 days as well, like 2.5 days. Then we were on our way to France. That was an experience within itself. When we got to the airport, we got there on time. We got an Uber. There was a lot of traffic. We got, like, I think an hour before the flight had to leave. They were not boarding us at all. They refused to board us, period. They said, the person on the other line just said, no, just tell them that they're too late or whatever. So it was bad. It was bad. We were asking around other airline companies to see if they had any outbound flights to Paris that day. I mean, we got ridiculous numbers. I'm not even it hurts just to even mention it. I mean, they wanted to charge us, I want to say, close to like maybe $2 or $3 grand to get on, each to get on the plane to make it to Paris. We had to make it to Paris because the following day we had a 2-day event, a 2-day concert, Lollapalooza 2018 in Paris, that we were trying not to miss. It was my first time actually going to Lollapalooza, and I wanted to make it. So after that, my friend and I, we just agreed, let's just take the bullet train. Let's just take the train. Lucky for us, I mean, there was like a few more available seats leaving, like I think 5 or 6 hours after we got our ticket. And it wasn't too expensive. It was actually a pretty good price to go from there, from Holland or Amsterdam to Paris. We got there in about 3.5, 4 hours time. And then once we got to Paris, we literally just took the metro, and it was that easy. We followed our GPS, took the metro to our Airbnb, which was like a 2-bedroom apartment, pretty cool. However, they don't believe, I think, in air conditioning. There is like no air conditioning whatsoever on any of our Airbnbs, but they were cooler in the first two, and in the last one, which was in Paris, it was just a little too hot. We had to open all the windows and everything, and I usually sleep with like a blanket or something. I slept with no blanket whatsoever, and in shorts. I was just hot, but we made it. So Lollapalooza was fun. It was fun. In the next clips that I am going to be posting up, you'll get to see. And you'll also get to see, like I said, I do have Lollapalooza also on my Instagram, so you're more than welcome to check it out. It was really fun. It was very exciting. Saw a lot of artists. It was a 2-day event. It was hot. It was very hot. Once Lollapalooza was done, and you're exhausted by this time, but once it was done, we were able to go on like a 1-hour cruise ride in Paris to see the things that I guess you can't really see in short few times or whatever, short few days. We were able to do that. We were able to do. We tried to do the catacombs. We tried to do that, but every single day that we tried to do it, there was just a long, massive line. Yeah, we could have ordered it online or whatever, but I guess it just gives us something to do for next time. We went to the Eiffel Tower, of course. We went to the Arc of Triumph. We went to I forgot what like once you go over the water, the bridge or whatever from the Eiffel Tower is, where you could take pictures, and you get beautiful, beautiful pictures of the Eiffel Tower from there too. We went there. I mean, we just had a blast. It was just an awesome time, and I mean, it was definitely a much-needed vacation, especially with all the stuff that's been going on in my life the past couple of months. And going back to that, it was just it was a very it was a fun trip, but sometimes you just couldn't help to think of who your travel mate used to be. But you can't dwell too much on the past, and although it was hard, I kept pushing forward. And I met a lot of interesting new people. We made friends. A good night was the night that it was actually our last night. We went to second to last night. We went to Moulin Rouge in Paris, and that was an incredible show. It was really, really classy. And we also did the Moulin Rouge. I forgot to mention, we did the Moulin Rouge also in Amsterdam. Way different. The Moulin Rouge in Amsterdam was basically like a live porno that was happening in front of you. But the Moulin Rouge in Paris was just all in good taste. I hope I get to make more videos of my adventures, my personal life, and be able to bring more of this to you. And I hope everyone gets as interested. I will be posting, like I said, more videos of the trip, and whether it's things that you would like to do or not, they are suggestions, they are ideas of where you could possibly go. I went to these particular places because we didn't really have a shirt, like an itinerary. Usually when I travel, now I see when I travel with my friend, it's just whatever just appeals to us, If we want to go ahead and do something, we just go ahead and do it. All in all, it was fun. It was a wonderful experience, and I hope you guys will enjoy the next few videos that I will be posting, which is of the trip itself. Just footage of, pretty much what it is that we did. And I hope you guys get to enjoy it. Thanks for watching. This was just a quick, brief video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for more.